everyone, this is Amanda from devotioninaction.com, and we're here in Psalm 96. This is my second entry in the Bright Bible. This is such a cool program where the Bible travels around, and I'm going to do a little bit of page prep just to make sure that my entry doesn't bleed through to the back of the other page. I'm using a matte gel medium, which is basically like a clear acrylic paint, just spreading a very thin layer of that down evenly across this page. You can see I've already drawn in my Magnolia and my word art with a light pencil. I've got a freebie printable for you if you want to trace that. I'm going to hit it with a heat tool because I'm impatient and I want it to dry so I can go ahead and get started on this entry. Psalm 96, 1-3 says, "Sing a new song to the Lord. Let the whole earth sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord and bless his name. Proclaim his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the nations, his wondrous works among all peoples." And here I have already taken a Faber Castell PITT artist pen and traced out my Magnolia in black India ink. Now, because it's black India ink, it is non-reactive to water. So you couldn't trace this in any black pen and then watercolor over the top of it. You'll get a smudgy mess if you do that. You have to have ink that is non-reactant to water to be able to go ahead and color it in and then watercolor. So that is how I'm able to do that. That's Faber Castell PITT Artist Pen, India ink. I love those pens. They're my absolute favorite for Bible journaling because I can basically draw in the picture and then do whatever I want over the top of it, whether it's colored pencils or watercolor. It's just non-reactive and it gives this beautiful, just clear black finish without any smudging or smearing from the water. You can lay a lot of water on top of those pens and nothing happens. And I was just playing around with this Magnolia because to me it's a little tricky. I don't paint many things where it's supposed to be white. Now, artists who have taken classes before will tell you that most things that are white, when you actually paint them, they're not completely white. There are gradients of color in the white, which is why I added a little bit of pink in there to some of the edges of this Magnolia. You'll see as I go on, I'm keeping on playing with the colors of the petals, the leaves, all of that kind of thing in this Magnolia. And you see that green I just laid down on that leaf is really bright. I'm like, oop, that is not what I wanted on that leaf. So let's tone it down a little bit, make it less Kelly green, less bright grass green, and give it more of the color of a Magnolia leaf, which is kind of a dark, it's warm, has some yellow tones in it, but it's a dark green. And they're kind of shiny, dark green leaves. Magnolias are actually my favorite flower. I'm from Southeast Texas. Originally, I live near St. Louis now, but I'm originally from Southeast Texas, and magnolias are a southern flower here in the United States. Typically, they grow on trees, and they're these very large, gorgeous blossoms that are normally white. There are some other colors, but most people think of magnolias as white, with a dark center, either dark brown, sometimes some yellow, and dark red in that center portion of the flower. But the petals are white in these dark, large, shiny green leaves, like a deep green. And they're so much my favorite flower that in fact I was married 21 years ago this month in June of 2000. I got married, and my husband and I, we used magnolias as like the decorative flowers for our wedding. So it was our wedding flower. We have some magnolias in our home in the decor, and I love magnolias. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And whenever I see them, I always think of the South. I think of sweet tea and sitting on the front porch and long conversations. I take a time out from talking about the South and all the fun things about it to say that these are Kuretake Ganzaitambi. All of a sudden when I said that, it didn't sound right, but I think that's right. They're metallic ones. I don't have like the full huge set, but I do have small trays of selected colors, and the ones that I have mainly are the metallic ones. Love these. They're the starry colors, and they're just absolutely beautiful. They never show up on camera as as vibrant and as wonderful as they do in person, but just take my word for it. If you want a metallic watercolor, these are amazing. They're really, really good. I love working with them. They're so much fun. And obviously this is coming from me. I'm a self-taught, more of a craft artist than a fine artist. And so take it for what it's worth. If you are a classically trained fine artist who's looking to do things that are going to last for centuries, you can do some more research about your metallic watercolors. But as far as I'm concerned, I love working with these. They're so much fun, and they give such a beautiful sheen to my Bible pages when I'm doing Bible art. And I decided that since my petals were white, mostly white with some things added to them, then I was going to add some color on the page to kind of set off this magnolia flower. And since I just love shiny things, we're going to make this page kind of sparkly and shiny. So anyway, magnolias remind me of the South. And they especially remind me of my parents, because my parents they're like the living embodiment of the idea of hospitality. The front door's always open, the coffee pot's always on. They can, at a moment's notice, put on a dinner for dozens of people. They can cater for hundreds of people without breaking a sweat. They're just pretty amazing people. And that culture in the South is not as plentiful as it used to be, but my parents are still that way. They're still always willing to take people in, to help a neighbor out, to just to open their homes and their lives to others. And as awesome as they are, even my mom and dad could not create the beauty and the complexity that is in one single magnolia blossom. Only the Creator God could come up with that amazing beauty and the complexity. And when you think that that's just one type of flower, and there are so many other types of flowers, that is a wondrous work. It's a marvelous work that God has done. But it's not the most marvelous work that God has done. He lavished His grace on us through Jesus. His Spirit empowers us every day. There are so many things that God has done. So I'm going to choose that when I see a flower, when I see a magnolia, I'm going to be reminded to praise God for His marvelous works. And that's what I really wanted this page to kind of remind me to do, to sing to the Lord and bless His name. If you'd like more on the devotional, you can go to devotioninaction.com and check it out. I'll link that. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.